Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This has got some stuff that I want to actually get off my chest after all the craziness that's been going on up in these streets over the past few months. For those of you who may not have noticed, or for those of you who actually just tuned in for the very first time, my name is Christian Paul, and I would like to welcome you to the Bob Chronicles. Okay, basically, the podcast it basically details certain points of my life chronicling my life being the socially awkward autistic nerd that you see here today. And today's edification that I want to discuss is basically moving smart in these social media streets. Okay? Let's get it out. Excuse me. How do I start with this? Social media literally has been popping as early as the MySpace days, as early as the Facebook, YouTube days. It has been taken off recently, even as far back and when you actually go to Yahoo, they can actually discuss those types of things. But Facebook, MySpace, YouTube literally took off. Twitter basically followed years later with all of the social media stuff that's literally piling on and literally popping up all over the streets as far up until like the mid to late 2000s. And it's been literally making haywire and literally going berserk. Now everybody's literally been hooked on social media with the craziness of Instagram, TikTok, Discord, Twitch. Your Vine used to be, not anymore. What else? CrowdSpace is another one. Definitely another one of those guys. LinkedIn, definitely a more professional version, was actually Microsoft founded, and so on, so forth. The whole 9 yards, right? And I want to discuss this. As you go on your social media, the journey, you document certain portions of your life, and you document certain ordeals that you intend to promote based on your certain views. You need to thoroughly understand that there are a lot of vultures really out there that are looking to take you down by any means necessary, and will try to use some sort of cover and intentionally misinterpret some of the stuff that you say or whatever that you present or perceive it to be presented as, so on and so forth, as a cover to try to take you down. All right. In some cases, like other cases, can be legitimate. Some cases they'll try to use that as a cover. You have to be very, very thoroughly careful. You gotta be very, very aware of certain folks' deception, because unfortunately, you're dealing with a lot of very evil people out in this whole world, really running the whole show. Okay, and this is like one of the main reasons why I don't even go too hard on my personal social media, even social media in general, and I try to be as extremely careful as I can, strategy-wise. I'm making sure I become very thoughtful on what I post and what I say, because there's like a lot of folks that are like, no matter what you do, they're gonna literally do whatever they can in order to try and take you down. All right. So you want to try and move smart. You don't want to try and give too much away to the point where you're too vulnerable. But at the same time, you want to try and be more forthright and actually more straight to the point with like some mystery literally in between. And unfortunately, that's what got Andrew Tate recently, and we already know about the whole Sneako situation. Basically, Kanye is definitely feeling the heat right now due to his recklessness. I know Kyrie's situation is a little bit different than Kanye's. I know they have like a book basically like to tell them about the history and all that stuff. I don't want to actually get too much into detail and into their own situations, right? Colin Kaepernick peacefully protesting up on camera. Social media was on fire and that. And you got some salty people really trying to blackball him by any means. Michael Jackson, God rest his soul, telling certain truths and telling certain evils about the whole entertainment industry. And look what he done to him. You know what I mean? You got a lot of vultures really out up in these streets. Okay? So it's extremely important that you actually try to move as best as move in silence. Okay, it's best to move in surprise and in suspense, where people don't even know your every move and people don't even notice where you're heading and where you're going. Okay, so that people be on like speculation mode every time when they're trying to make a move. They're trying to figure out what he's going to do next, when he's going to handle it, that whole 9 yards. It's better to take that route rather than to try to and be mysterious, rather than to try to post every single little dude that really seek attention, actually trying to gain all this fame and dopamine nowadays, just because we all want to be loved. And that's what like a lot of folks are doing. They desperate for the attention, but yet they want the easy way out. And when you see someone stand out early, emerge and bled through hell and emerge down to the top and really had all the blessings unexpectedly, and folks end up noticing in the very end, there's going to be a lot of vultures out there that's going to be looking to get something from you and not really trying to value you, the person. You know what I mean? Or if they can't get anything from you, they start getting salty towards you, or they try to use you up to try to speak to you out so they can try to get a leg up in the game. Alright? So you got to be extremely, extremely careful. You got to watch out for the subtle vultures, and if you do encounter some subtle vultures that they try to get you on some things, always know this. Take a moment to research what they're saying and also research what you're saying and see if there's any counterintuitive, see if there's any validity between the two. Right? And some false ordeals that they claim it may be discriminatory in any way, that they may have a case, they may have one. But if it thoroughly proves that it's not, and they out here like making some lie, you better be willing about the deflection. You better be willing to. You better be ready for all this. So they try and dominate the false, so they try and get you in submission. And once they do those types of things, you already know they lost the argument. Once you present all the data, and once you actually show all the stuff to the general public, and you let them show their hands, and like the out ordeals and the accuser, you know what I mean, doesn't have any other backup to really actually counter-prove that narrative. You know what I mean? And he starts going straight to dominance, actually trying to like near you into that false trope into submission. They already lost the argument. If that happens, just literally walk away and let them be. You know what I mean? You don't need to actually be around these types of people that can literally drain your life or possibly drain your future and your reputation. As the late Kevin Samuels says, right? Image is everything. And you want to do everything that you possibly can to literally protect your image as best you can to the best of your ability, as well as your reputation too. Alright? With that, I know it's definitely going to be like a very short one, but just a food for thought. And this is why I'm literally learning, literally moving forward, you know, when it comes to my communication skills, because I'm mainly a quiet person. Because anything that I actually say or think behind the box, you know, some people may even look at me as weird. So in some cases, why I actually try to observe and actually move in sound. It's the best way I know how. And surprise people literally out of the blue when I actually try to actually just basically discuss and, you know, talk gibberish all day, all night over some nonsense, just try to get some attention. That really doesn't really do much for your soul, and they'll drift away. And if, you know, they don't want to even be in your circle, you know, let them be. You know, they lost. Oh well, goodbye, good night, wish them well. And because it comes to show that they don't really deserve to be a part of your life, they're not worthy of being around your presence. They're not worried about sharing a life with you up in the future. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna go hit the sack. Alright, Christian Paul from the Bob Chronicles signing out. Deuces, deuces, deuces. Good night.